to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. The Beavers will boot it away to start the game. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Oregon's offense takes the field for the first time today. Early in the season, the Ducks looked vulnerable against teams from the state of Idaho, but nothing makes you feel better than taking little brother behind the woodshed in a get-right game when you had to feel a little bit better about life.
Yeah, and it was really a coming-out party, too, for Dylan Gabriel, the transfer coming in from Oklahoma. He threw the ball. He ran the ball. Oregon was up and down the field offensively, and we've seen this game in years past get a bit crazy and wonky at times. Last year, David, no doubt the better team.
Yeah, especially when Oregon has to go to Corvallis. Typically, you'll see some struggle, but that wasn't it, and it was a beatdown. And you got to imagine they remember this pretty well. They're pretty ticked off about it. Listen, Oregon gets all the shine, obviously. Oregon State is little brother. They've got something to prove for sure.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They're dealing with a second and long. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. That ball is live in the backfield. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. From the gun, running back gets to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Gives it on the option. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Let's take just a second here and look big picture for Oregon State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
To throw, it's Murphy. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up second and short.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
It really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now, today, because of all the great running backs they have had here recently, if you get into the out
of space. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Running on the draw. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Moore to the air. The sure hands, it's Stewart. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Ducks in the hurry up. From the red zone, looking for a man. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And he showed you in 2 plays why this defense has been up late at night. Like thinking about having to guard, he makes you defend the back end, throwing the football, but then has the ability to pull it down and shoot up yards with his legs. He makes you cover the whole field, run and pass. Infuriating to deal with as a defense.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Hughes. Touchdown, Oregon! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Looking for the time with the extra point. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Finds his tight end. Wide open spaces. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Hankerson.
Well, look, I know this guy's not the biggest running back in college football, but dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
The Beavers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pressure's there and he lets it go. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. The officials offer the deal and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Quarterback now breaking the field. He's got it. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
And the Beavers have their offense in high gear. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Rushes on him. He wants to go deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys, that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. He's loose. Lots of running room. Touchdown, Beavers! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Makes the grab. It's a seam wide open. Inside. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ducks. Extra point here will tie the game. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football. So much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quarterback may change this route. He'll try the left side. And that's the end of the line on that run, and it's the end of the line for the 1st quarter. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll go empty. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 15. To the air, it's Murphy. Unloads to the right. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Rides to the back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game, you know about the tradition and the history and the emotion surrounding this game. This is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the catch. It's Clemens. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the 1st.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Carr. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
But jet sweep pass. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Beavers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Murphy. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And the Beavers want to move quickly. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. Looking downfield on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series, but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for...
Lofts one high and deep. He's got it inside the 30. Seizing an open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. Here's a quick throw out to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He'll do it himself. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. The Ducks have this offense rolling.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Moore will throw. He's got the tight end. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Moving away from pressure. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Louisville rolled to victory. And how about that Cardinals quarterback? Remember, this is a program that produced Lamar Jackson. So to gush about a play caller there, that's saying something. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to fire. Floats it out in space. Oh, it's out! And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. The throw. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Under fire. It's caught downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback in the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
Nice Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Moore to the air. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
Well, that's one on 3rd down. The quarterback and his target just had to have a little better timing. That ball had to come out a split hair sooner. As a result, though, being late, it gets swatted down, and now we've got 4th.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
To the air on 1st down. Throws to the back. Firing to the right, complete. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously, trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board. Lets it fly deep downfield. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Here's the pressure. And as he throws, pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers.
The Ducks will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the 1st half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Making side adjustments here. The play action fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, after putting up 5 sacks in their last game, this defense was hungry for more coming into this one, and they knew it was going to be maybe a little bit tougher going up against this offensive line. They've had some struggles in this game so far getting to the QB, but they finally got to him.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Snags it over the middle. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. They punt it away on 4th down. Just needs a crack to get a return. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. From the gun, give on the inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Quickly to the tight end. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Backed up at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Hatcher. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Beavers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Trying to surprise him with the pass. That's caught. It's Hatcher. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll have the 1st down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. The Beavers are rolling down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man on the right.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Beavers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Fires it down the seam. Pulls it in down the sideline. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. The Beavers getting set on 1st and 10. Going up top again. Throws for the tight end. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
A little screen to the running back.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
He might want another play. To the air, it's Murphy. Takes a hit as he fires. He's open on the right. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Beavers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. The quick out. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. And the Beavers have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Bounces it outside. It's Hankerson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Making a big play and putting it in the end zone. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Turning on the Jets. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Look, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games. That guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it. Could that be the play that sparks this team?
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Got his man quickly. The Beavers brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Going over the top. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Looking to throw again. Finds his man. It's Walker. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's got it. First down and more. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Beavers look to keep this drive humming. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's reeled in. It's Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon State. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
There he goes! What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
handoff. Keep working on that clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Moore will throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Here's the return. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David,
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
This just looks like a different quarterback at this point of the game. We've seen a little bit of up and down play from him so far, but right now, lights out on this 2-minute drive. 3 for 3 so far. He's got this offense humming.
Gonna look downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Motion from the wide receiver. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
Touchdown, Beavers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, that drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Moore to the air. Quickly to White. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. He'll try to do it himself. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. Timeout is called with just a single second left, and the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's low. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. So the Beavers able to dam up those trenches and gave the Ducks nowhere to move as Oregon State takes home this rivalry game. That's going to do it from here.